Okay, welcome back to another Microsoft Flight Simulator training session video. I wanted to do this little pre-video commentary because in this video I'm a bit tired and I'm a bit low energy, but I hope you guys enjoy it, and just know that the commentary will improve over time, and I hope not to make so much of a low energy video the next time. So hope you enjoy, and thanks for watching. Back to the main video. We've completed the first introduction lesson, which went through the cameras and how to interact with the flight simulator. Now we're gonna go into the aircraft essentials in this video, so let's go ahead. Alright, so for the training it says getting familiar with the aircraft's main control and instruments, the yoke to control the ailerons and the elevator, the rudder pedals to control the rudder and steering on the ground, the throttle and RPM indicator, tachometer, the airspeed indicator and altimeter. Okay, so the training duration is about 4 minutes, and let's see what this picture says. So okay, we have the yoke here, the throttle and the rudder pedals, and okay, we have the instruments in the background. So let's just go ahead and go into the flight to see what this is all about. Alright, so we are back here in Sedona again. Let's go ahead and start.
Let's get you familiar with the aircraft, a Cessna 152, and a few commands to navigate it through the skies. In front of you is the yoke. The yoke is like a steering wheel, more or less. Turn it left or right to control the ailerons and bank the aircraft into turns. Look at the trailing edge of the wings while turning the yoke to see the effect on the ailerons. Okay. Now, the difference between the yoke and a steering wheel is you can pull or push on the yoke. This controls the elevator at the back of the aircraft to make it climb or descend. Look at the horizontal stabilizer while you pull on the yoke. You can see how it affects the elevator. Nice. Down at your feet are the rudder pedals. They steer the aircraft when you're on the ground. The upper part of the pedals also control your brakes. In the air, they control the rudder at the end of the vertical stabilizer to yaw the aircraft. This is mostly for small corrections, for coordinating turns or compensating for a plane's tendency to pull left during takeoffs and climbs. Look at the vertical tail while operating the pedals to see the effect on the rudder. Great! Last but not least, the throttle is located near the center of the cockpit. Pushing forward will increase power, pulling back will decrease power. First, look at the throttle and select it. Keep it selected and push it forward to increase power. Power is increased. Now pull it back to decrease power. Power is decreased. Now we'll do the same without focusing on it. Deselect the throttle. Look away from the throttle and increase power. Set your throttle to idle. Excellent. When the engine is on, you'll be able to see the power change on your RPM indicator. You'll find it on the right side of the dashboard. This tells you how fast the engine is spinning in hundreds of revolutions per minute. Next, take a look at your current speed on the airspeed indicator. It's on the left in the main instrument panel. It measures the speed in knots. To check your altitude, look to the altimeter. It's on the right side of the main instrument panel. The altimeter has 3 hands, similar to a clock. The long, thick pointer indicates 100-foot intervals. The short, thick one is 1,000-foot intervals, and the long, thin one, 10,000-foot intervals. That's all for today. Next time, we'll see how it feels in the air.
Alright, and that was it. A very quick one. Let's go ahead and look at the results. Okay, learn how the yoke relates to surface controls. Yep, scored well. Discover the instrument panel, 3000. And then, okay. Alright, so that sounds good. Let's go to the training menu. And since that one was pretty much straightforward and short, we'll just go into our familiarization flight. Alright, so let's go ahead. So in this one, it says, in this lesson, you will get familiar with the aerial surrounding of Sedona and perform some simple maneuvers under close supervision from your instructor. Quick view to look around, smart cam to automatically focus on a point of interest, in this case Sedona Airport, and pitch up and down and some turns. It's going to take us about 5 minutes. Alright, let's go ahead. Okay, so this time we're in the air. Let's go ahead and see what's going on. Oh yeah, so when I did this tutorial, I think it's this one. At first, the instructor will be flying the airplane, and then she'll maybe demonstrate a few of the maneuvers. And after she does, she's gonna give control to you for you to try the maneuvers yourself. If you have, say, a throttle quadrant that's connected to the PC at this time, I would suggest setting it close to full throttle, and also set the mixture to rich, because when she gives you control, I think that's when it tries to synchronize what the throttle quadrant externally connected is to what's in the sim, and then that would cut your power and cut your mixture, and your engine will shut down. Another quick thing as well is that after the transition, I'd suggest you just toggle both of them, starting with the mixture, then move it down a bit, then up, so that the mixture from the external throttle quadrant is registered, and the throttle as well, because sometimes even though you've set them to rich and full power, for some reason it goes to 0. At least that's what happens in my case. So I'm just gonna do that now. Okay. All right, let's go.
I've got to say, you chose a great day to go flying. This session, we'll get started with some basic controls. Sound good? First things first, let's get familiar with your surroundings. Out your side windows, you can see we have great visibility over Sedona today. This is Red Rock territory. Beautiful, isn't it? See if you can spot the Sedona Airport. The runway should be a pretty easy landmark to find. There you go. Visual confirmation on the airport. talked about basic controls while we were on the ground. Time to see how it all feels in the air. The aircraft is currently set to a cruise attitude, the position it should be in for regular flight. Alright, now let's try banking into a turn by moving the yoke. I'll go first. As a general rule, you always want to keep your turns under 30 degrees. Go ahead and try rolling to the right. You have controls. Turn right, toward the city of Sedona. Excellent. As we're flying towards Sedona, let's try climbing up and down. Gently pull on the yoke to climb. Give it a try. Excellent. For the descent, it's the same principle, except you're pushing on the yoke. Go ahead, gently pitch down. That's good. Okay, time to find the airport again. Look around, and when you found it, make a turn in that direction. Excellent. Now that you're more familiar with the aircraft and the surroundings, the next step is to go deeper into handling and techniques. Soon enough, you'll be able to enjoy trips all on your own.
Okay, we got another A. Alright, so a little bit of a tip for these lessons as well. When she says for you to go ahead and do the turn, I would suggest not to start the turn or not to start performing the maneuver until the objective window actually tells you to. Because what happened to me one of the times I ran this lesson is that she told me to look at the airport before making the turn, and I actually looked when she told me to, but the objective window didn't actually instruct me to at the moment, and then I started the turn after, but it didn't register that I looked, so it kind of dinged me a few points for not looking, but I did actually look. So a good tip to score higher on these lessons is to wait until the objective window actually tells you to go ahead and do the maneuver. Alright, so let's look at how we did here. So camera controls, 20,000 points. Turning, 2,000 points for both, and then pitching up and down. So this is where it kind of caught me a little bit, because I was pitching down and I noticed that the descent rate was like, going like really high, and I decided to ease off the pitch a little bit, and it dinged me because it wanted me to hold that pitch for 5 seconds. So that's why I got dinged there, right? But I was trying to be safe. Okay, all right, so and lesson review, yep, 2,000 points as well. So a good score, got an A, and I think that's good enough. So, all right, so we're gonna continue in the next video. We're gonna go back to the training menu and then do the next lesson, and from there we'll pick up again. So thank you for watching this video again, and hope you come back and join us on the next few lessons in our Microsoft Flight Simulator Flight School. See you later. Bye.